Before Elon Musk and his crazy success in any industry that he enters, we could have seen some performance and some new items coming in, new technology coming in, but it has never been as far, the market has never been as fired up as it is now. What we can see now is that everyone is trying to copy Tesla, is trying to copy SpaceX, Neuralink. I'm not going to be surprised if soon we start to see hyperloops and tunnel building companies popping in and out, left and right, up and down. What I'm going to tell you today is that when you have an inspired leader, a leader that is also a businessman, who enters industries and define all odds time and time again and wins the market, Elon Musk has this infectious control over the world that builds this great brand of his own name, Elon Musk. Welcome, my friends. You are watching the Better Future Project, where we are all about sharing positivity, having a good time together, and I hope sharing a lot of knowledge. Today we are going to talk about Elon Musk, his companies, and what are they actually doing towards moving the world into the future. When SpaceX decided to create this constellation of Starlink and all this global internet network connectivity, we could see that others started to copy this as well. Jeff Bezos came with a Copier project, and now China also considers covering the Earth with satellites in order to provide internet for the world. We can also see that Tesla has pushed the unimaginable boundaries for building electric cars, something that was considered impossible. Now we see it outside. Today I walked around and I saw probably 10 Teslas. I went online, I did research, and congratulations to the Tesla team. Over 200,000 Teslas are here in UK, driving every day, keeping the air cleaner and quieter. This is so good because we can see that there are industries that can change how we live on this planet. And when we are talking about a global influence, Mr. Musk comes first with these great, crazy ideas that no one else kind of believed they're possible. When he decided to build his first gigafactory, people were kind of doubtful. And what, you're going to build this gigantic factory that is going to produce millions of cars, or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of electric cars, and then you want to build few more, and each one will be able to produce as much batteries as the rest of the whole world? It just sounded so insane. But here we go today, fast forward 10 years into the future, and we can see that the gigafactories are now in China. We've got 2 in America. We've got in Europe, Giga Berlin is there producing cars, and probably we're going to see more coming around, like the one in Mexico. Why is this so important? It is important because Elon Musk decides to go somewhere where we can kind of just didn't see that we can go. One of the most important features that he's building is FSD, or full self-driving. Tesla as a taxi service will create something completely new, and that new thing that is coming into the market is very cheap transportation. It will derail all other automakers, and I think it's going to have a huge impact into the whole world. Also, don't forget, people are now looking at what Elon Musk is doing, and they're trying to compete with him. He literally has competition at each and every single turnaround. Every corner he faces it, and he faces it from other companies, he faces it from other billionaires, he faces it from other governments. And this is so crazy to see that he seems to be winning. He's just defying the odds again, time and time again. It's something that, our civilization probably hasn't seen. Elon Musk is a businessman who is disrupting industries, and this is very helpful for us as people. China answer for the taxi services is also coming around. We've got a couple of manufacturers in there that are announcing full self-driving cars or kind of software with cars. And this will be made by a company called Didi Global. It's a Chinese giant specializing in mobility-related services, a sort of, full self-driving cars. And then they actually seems to be quite promising because the company in general is quite big, and now they are getting into some sort of relationship with other car manufacturers to. Of course, they want to add this unnecessary, according to me and according to Elon Musk and his team, additional sensors and datchiks and some sort of aerial mapping and whatnot. They make it so complicated. People do have two eyes, and with our eyes, we can kind of drive pretty safely. If we understand this very gently, very formally, and very just naturally and biologically, I'm sure that we can agree that two cameras are more than enough to drive a car. But what could make a car safer? More eyes. In that case, Tesla will have more cameras, and Tesla does have more cameras. Some of the vehicles have 6 cameras, some of the vehicles have slightly less, the older models, but they do they cover the whole vehicle. So that means the car can see on the sides of the car, on the back of the car, in front of the car. So in theory, this car will be a lot safer than any other human driver. In fact, you can see that Waymo, Chris, and Zoox, they're all chasing Tesla. So the robotaxi is the real thing. There is so much brain power focused on it, and we can see that a lot of money are coming into this technology. So this technology is definitely happening. We already have some examples. We do know that Waymo operates in some geo-fenced areas. However, this is a completely new ball game because they would like to make it mass scale. Let's see what China has to say about their first mass production of taxis that is going to happen in 2025. So believe it or not, autonomous taxis are already here. They cover few areas, few cities, and they don't have that big of an impact. But when this becomes global, when this becomes completely on a mass production scale, then we're going to start seeing a massive impact of everything around us. And we are not the only one who are seeing that. The main media stream is not talking about it, but I think the petrol industry is realizing how things are changing because you've got millions of EVs now and they need to be charged somewhere. So we can see that BP kind of decided to scale, then decided to scale back. Now they're like, oh my gosh, we actually need to focus on some more specific areas, and in this case, in specific countries. So BP has decided to focus solely on US, Britain, Germany, and of course, China. So expect a lot more charging stations into this area, and that's really good thing to see. If you guys believe that the future will be safer, like I do on the streets with full self-driving cars that are completely autonomous, please like and subscribe this video because a lot more information is coming. I'll see you into the next one.